everybody. I'm Hillary Atkin from the Atkin Report, and I am thrilled to welcome Devan Blake Jones from The Voice to this edition of Hillary's Happy Hour. Devan, how are you doing?
Hi, Hillary. I'm good. How are you? So nice to meet you.
You too. Devan, I have to congratulate you on your incredible four-way knockout performance of Sign of the Times. Your falsetto was amazing. How did you feel about performing against three other artists representing the three other teams, and you, of course, repping Team Nick?
Well, first of all, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. And I was very intimidated because singing against, against, if we're just going to be frank about it, three women, three young ladies, it's intimidating because my voice just automatically sits in a different place. Don't have that young Michael Jackson voice where I can hit these high notes. But I mean, having Nick Jonas as a coach to really help me with my falsetto notes and Snoop there to help me with that confidence to say like, hey, get out of your head, really work the stage. I felt better by the time I got up there. So.
Well, I just love seeing it, but I want to go back to your battle round performance with your teammate, Dana Monique, who I also had the pleasure of speaking with. And I know you guys have developed quite a bond, but as you performed together, how did you feel during it? And then when it was over, and then what happened with your coach, Nick?
During the performance, or just in general during the whole process of getting to sing with Dana, I went into it being kind of timid and not really sure of myself. And I learned so much from her, just from her expertise. And it was kind of like having my mom around. She a lot of times would put me in check, like, hey, we don't do that self-doubt thing. We don't do that. We stay confident. We do this together. We're a team. And we really had a great camaraderie. And so by the time we got on stage, I think that we had just spent so much time together where it didn't feel like we were battling. It felt like we were both going into a battle against a monster together, And so we both were rooting for each other. And I think afterwards it felt really, really, for me, overwhelming just to know that someone like Nick Jonas, who was a huge inspiration for me as an artist, believed in me enough to hit his button to save me. And so that was probably the most eye-opening experience through this whole process for me, I think, is just knowing that I'm worth it enough and I have what it takes to just for someone to want to listen to me more or listen to me again, it's incredible.
Well, your
Wow.
blind audition, let's rewind to that for a minute. And you performed Her's Hard Place and played acoustic guitar. And you certainly got Nick's attention, but how did you choose that song, Devan?
I was going through kind of a really hard time. I was in a hard place, actually, a couple years ago. And I think I was feeling down about, going through relationship problems and feeling alone and having to struggle through that. And that song really helped me. It was when it first came out. And I just felt like the lyrics were so honest, want to believe what you say, but I hate you on most days, And I think we all can relate to feeling something real. It's great to sing a song where the lyrics are just puppies and rainbows, but sometimes you need to hear something real that you can connect with to help you get out of a hard place and a hard time. And so I've always felt like I've really sung better when I've had lyrics that I really connect to, that I can put it somewhere in my life. And that song really helped me, put the tears aside and get courageous with myself and be bold enough to send in an audition tape. And so it went from a heartbreak to a breakthrough. I feel like. So
a heart filled with joy, maybe we could say there.
Yes.
So talk about what you've learned from Nick and also from your mentor Darren Criss and your mega mentor Snoop Dogg.
Hey, Snoop. Yes. First of all, I just want to say that Nick Jonas has surprisingly been, I mean, here's the thing. When you think of celebrities, you feel like maybe you know them because you've been watching them on TV for so long. So we have these ideas of who they may be. And Nick really surprised me. He's a very humble, quiet type of just calming presence. And he makes you feel like you're right where you need to be. And so I appreciate that with him, is he's always been very encouraging and patient and just reserved when it comes to giving me advice. You can tell that he's very thoughtful with the things that he's going to say. So I've learned a lot from him, just how to do that with myself. And, instead of jumping to conclusions about how I might not be good at something, I take time to really think first and say, like, man, how do I approach this? Because I've learned that from Nick. Darren was extremely exuberant and was a lot of fun to be around. And I felt like there were times when Nick might have been like, are you going to let me talk? But you could tell that they're really close and they're good friends, because Darren just really came in and really wanted to help us and give us advice. And so I learned a lot from him of, how to just go for it. He would say, just go for that note, hit that note, just really go for it. Don't think. So they kind of both were different. And Snoop Dogg just really, I learned from him how to not take things too seriously. I mean, if we think about it, it kind of feels like sometimes that the world is ending, and we are in this magical place of getting to sing cool songs and perform with the people we've looked up to for parts of our life. So, I learned from him to just take a breather, relax, sing the song, and have fun doing it. And that is one of the best things I can say I've learned, because when I first started this competition, I was a really timid, kind of scared person. And I feel like they've all helped me to not be that so much anymore. So.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what's been really fun. As you mentioned, Snoop is fun, but your incredible fashion choices. And I understand you're working with a stylist, but what have been some of your favorite looks? Because I'm going to back up and say, during your battle round with Dana, I think your jacket, and Dana agrees, could have won that battle. Am I
that's
right?
What Blake said. I think Blake said that too, like he could pick a winner based off of the jacket. That is so funny. You know what? It is really, really interesting, because I feel like every look I've loved something. The blind audition jacket, I don't think gets enough credit, because maybe it just felt good on me. You know how that is when sometimes something feels good, even though it may not look the best. Because that battle round jacket, let me tell you, it was really heavy. And I had on leather joggers too, so I was sweating a lot. And man, looking good comes with the price sometimes. People didn't see me sweating, but I was sweating, not just because of battling Dana, but just the clothes were heavy. And then the knockout outfit I had tights underneath it, and it was really tailored to my body, and there were stirrups underneath the shoes that you can't see. So that one looked really good, but I was afraid I was going to rip something if I moved the wrong way. So yeah, I would say it's kind of funny. My blind audition outfit was the favorite, because it just was the most laid back and comfortable. But I'll tell you, I definitely am the type of artist to want to push the limit and kind of wear something that people don't expect. I love, Gaga and, Nick Jonas is one of them, and Bieber. They all like to kind of incorporate fashion in their styles. And I like that. I feel like if you're going to be on a huge stage, why be boring? Wear something fun.
Well, I did love the white suit during the four-way knockout. It was really incredible. And you've gotten comments on everything you've worn. And I know you have to get back to rehearsing. And I want to thank you so much, Devan. I want to raise a toast to your continued success on The Voice.
Oh, you're so sweet. It's such a pleasure talking to you. And I thank you so much for all of your time.
Thank you. Cheers to you.
Cheers.
Cheers.